So yesterday we were discussing about fluoroquinolones and we started aminoglycosides. So before we start, I'll ask a few questions. What is the mechanism of action of fluoroquinolones? We don't need to tell the whole thing, just the main important part we will get to the What enzyme is it inhibiting?
DNA guided.
DNA guiding.
Hmm. Fuse inhibit DNA gyrase. As such, what will happen to the bacteria? Something will happen inside the bacteria. No? Actually, something will not happen in the bacteria rather than something happening. One normal process will be stopped if inhibition of DNA gyrase occurs. What is that?
Uh, DNA replications and transcription.
Hmm. DNA replication and transcription step is stopped. Because of which, what happens? Some things are not synthesized, no? Some very important components inside the body of the bacteria, that is, cell of the bacteria. Think, अगर
Due
DNA
to
replicate
bacteria protein synthesis.
अगर डीएनए रेप्लिकेट नहीं हुआ ट्रांसक्रिप्शन नहीं हो रहा बोला था व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट स्टेप आफ्टर ट्रांसक्रिप्शन ट्रांसक्रिप्शन के बाद क्या किया था ना अच्छा व्हाट इज द एंड प्रोडक्ट ऑफ ट्रांसक्रिप्शन व्हाट इज द सेल ट्राइंग टू डू विद ट्रांसक्रिप्शन वैसे सोचो एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट सिंथेसाइज करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं ना व्हाट इज दैट इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट
mRNA synthesis.
ओके
Prevention of synthesis of mRNA.
ठीक है एमआरएनए इज नॉट फॉर्म एमआरएनए नहीं बना तो क्या होता
Inhibit of bacteria
प्रोटीन
protein synthesis.
हाँ protein synthesis is inhibited. That is the main point. Because if protein synthesis does not occur, that cell cannot survive. Okay, proteins are not just important as a fuel source; they are also important. Think of them as commands. Nucleus will literally give commands to the cell using proteins. अगर वो command नहीं दे सक रहा कुछ भी करने के लिए protein ही नहीं है तो command नहीं दे सकता. Hence it is that. And this is irreversible binding. Okay, fluoroquinolones जो है, they will irreversibly they will stop protein synthesis and essentially because of which what will happen is the bacteria will essentially die. DNA gyrase जो है उसको ऐसा inhibit करते हैं कि बैक्टीरिया मर ही जाता. Okay, right. So other than that, और क्या पढ़े थे? Fluoroquinolones. What are the contraindications of fluoroquinolones? Where should you not give fluoroquinolones?
Pregnant women.
Pregnancy, less than 18 years.
Why?
Children or sir, growing cartilage will damage. Sir.
Okay. Other contraindications?
Sir, antacid and food with the food. Should not use.
ठीक है एंटासिड के साथ नहीं देना क्यों नहीं देना क्या होता है एंटासिड के साथ दिए तो एंटासिड या खाने के साथ दिए तो
Absorption में difficult है.
Okay. Okay, so those are the contraindications.
Gastric destruction.
Okay, gastric distress भी होता है. You have to inform the patient about gastric distress. All right. What are the common ADRs of fluoroquinolones?
Abdominal
Reference.
discomfort, diarrhea,
Hmm.
tendon rupture.
And tender inflammation as well, tendonitis. And another thing, if you give it with epileptogenic drugs like NSAIDs or theophylline, what will happen?
Erythema.
They will get seizures and QT.
QT interval will get prolonged. Eventually, arrhythmias will occur, and seizures can be triggered because of that. Correct. चलो somewhat पढ़ रहे बोलो ये एटलीस्ट लिख के तो बोल रहे तो दिमाग में बैठता where can you use fluoroquinolones what are the indications of fluoroquinolones
UTI, TB.
एक स्पेसिफिक टाइप ऑफ यूटीआई में काम आता ना स्पेशली एक ड्रग
multi drug resistance and extend drug resistance.
उसके लिए कौन सा दे सकते हैं आप फ्लोरोक्विनोन
For multi drug resistance, we use norfloxacin.
Okay. Okay. Other indications other than UTI?
TB,
Okay. And
Soft tissue
pneumonia, sir.
infection.
ओके निमोनिया में जैसे यू निमोनिया में उतना यूज नहीं कर सकते ओके ठीक है यू कर सकते टेक्निकली आरटीआई है ना ओके फाइन निमोनिया एंड both
Cervix
URTI
infection.
cervix infection okay cervicitis and
Respiratory tract infection, upper and lower.
ट्रॉपिकल भी यूज कर सकते
किस में यूज कर सकते हैं
ट्रॉपिकल में
ट्रॉपिकल में ट्रॉपिकल क्या है
ट्रॉपिकल रूट
ट्रॉपिकल इन्फेक्शन बोल रहे हैं आप या टॉपिकली यूज कर सकते बोल रहे हैं दे आर टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स
So
Basically, sir.
and that typhoid.
टाइफॉइड में यूज कर सकते सी ट्रॉपिकल इन्फेक्शन विल बी समथिंग लाइक मलेरिया टॉपिकल एप्लीकेशन रहता वो टीओपीआई टॉपिकल एप्लीकेशन है रूट ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन टॉपिकल है जो स्किन के थ्रू देते ट्रॉपिकल इन्फेक्शंस है वो रीजन के एंडेमिक रहते वहां पर फॉर एग्जांपल इन्फेक्शंस दैट अकर नियर द इक्वेटर एसेंशियली वेयरएवर यू नो देयर इज मस्कीटोस एंड ऑल वो पूरे इन्फेक्शंस को ट्रॉपिकल एसेंशियली इन्फेक्शंस दैट आर अकर इन ट्रॉपिक्स तो आप किस में यूज कर सकते बोल रहे हैं ट्रॉपिकल या टॉपिकली यूज कर सकते बोल रहे हैं अच्छा ठीक है coming to aminoglycoside so yesterday we also discussed a little bit of aminoglycoside what is the mechanism of action of aminoglycoside
sir. Aminoglycoside enters into cytoplasm, sir, through 30S and it
It will
stops
enter-
protein synthesis.
it will enter through 30S ribosome
Site, sir, that CGC.
ये सेल है इसके अंदर है ना घुसते बोल रहा है ना आप aminoglycoside fellow will come inside let us
Yes,
suppose
sir.
this is aminoglycoside he is coming inside the cell membrane okay what it will do what will it do once it is inside
It stops protein synthesis, sir.
by
It is irreversible binding to the bacterial cells.
it will irreversibly
Bind
bind to
to-
who
30S.
Bacterial cells.
30S ribosome of the bacterial cell ठीक है so because of which the codons will not be read properly eventually what will happen is protein synthesis will be inhibited it will become improper and it will become inhibited and eventually the bacteria will die okay that is the mechanism of action what are the ways through which aminoglycoside there can be resistance development to aminoglycoside
There are three ways: inactivating enzyme, decrease binding to ribosome, and decrease permeability.
okay inactivating enzyme का मतलब क्या है
So the enzyme
aminoglycoside हाँ हाँ हाँ
these enzymes they catalyze reactions.
Okay. So you are telling that the bacteria can secrete certain enzymes which will hamper the function of aminoglycoside. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second, you were telling something regarding ribosomes. What will happen to ribosomes? How can resistance develop when there is a problem in ribosomes? क्या problem आ रहा?
If
Decrease
they
binding.
If the aminoglycoside drug is not able to bind to the site of action, so यहाँ पर
They
ribosome will
cannot
become the yes site of action will be the ribosome in this scenario. Site of action को अगर bind ही नहीं कर सकता तो it is pointless. It will not be able to show any effect. Okay. Now, please bear in mind these questions are for all of you. It is not that I'm questioning 2 or 3 people. You are free to answer. Okay. That is why I recommended all of you to read. Okay. तो एक या दो पढ़ रहे मेरे को समझ में आ गया बाकी के भी पढ़ना दैट इज द पॉइंट ऑफ आस्किंग दीस क्वेश्चंस ओके एटलीस्ट ग्लांस बिकॉज सी नाउ दैट यू स्टार्ट रीडिंग इट you will definitely understand it is not as easy to memorize especially because let's suppose penicillin से आप sulfonamides को जंप करें sulfonamides से फिर fluoroquinolones को जंप करें fluoroquinolones से आप aminoglycoside में जंप करें and this is only small subclasses in antibiotics you have several such classes antibiotics के अलावा you have drugs that will work in PUD asthma, neurological drugs, cardiovascular drugs, drugs used in cancer, बहुत सारे हैं. So you get the point. You have to read quite a lot for you to memorize all of it. So start participating, start to make new neuronal connection. The point of asking these questions again and again is that you are able to reinforce the information back into your brain. Okay. Okay. Third method of resistance, क्या है?
Decrease permeability.
permeability.
Permeability of what? Into where?
Into bacterial cell, it cannot enter to the cell and not able to bind.
Take it. Now there is one class of drug that I can give along with aminoglycoside that will have synergy. Yes. अच्छा काम करता है दोनों साथ में. What is that class?
Beta-lactam.
Beta-lactam and aminoglycoside.
So generally you prefer penicillins or cephalosporins in beta-lactam specifically, but if you give those two as well, any beta-lactam as well, it is essentially able to break the cell wall of the bacteria, and it is able to make sure that aminoglycoside has an easier path inside essentially. ठीक है, अब दरवाजा खोल के दे रहे basically. ठीक है, the aminoglycoside does not have to do that work. Essentially दोनों दोस्त जा रहे, one fellow is opening the door for him, the other fellow is going inside and doing the job. ठीक है, think of it like that. अच्छा बॉन्डिंग सिचुएशन बन जा रहा. ओके. aminoglycosides narrow spectrum बोलते हैं या broad spectrum बोलते हैं?
Narrow.
Okay, why? Who did they cover?
E.
Why is that
coli,
called?
Salmonella, Pseudomonas,
Proteus. Brucella. Flagelella. Salmonella.
Shigella.
Narrow.
ठीक है. It will not cover anaerobes. ठीक है. Anaerobes like Actinomyces, Pauvotella, Clostridium, Bacteroides fragilis, ये पूरा उनको नहीं cover करता. What are two main problems with aminoglycosides with respect to adverse effects, especially in older people?
Ototoxicity,
Ototoxicity.
What is ototoxicity?
Ear infection.
Infection है या
damage.
ear damage. ठीक है.
Ear damage.
Not ear infection. And nephrotoxicity. Okay. So essentially, now we'll continue with our discussion from yesterday. So itna bas hai. Okay, you are doing some work. I encourage the others to read as well and others to, speak up during the class as well. It is an open debate. If you're not understanding anything, you can message me anytime. Okay, it's not like I will not answer you. You can directly message me if you're very shy to, open your mouth in front of the class, or for whatever reason you're not asking doubts. Whenever you read, if you have a doubt, just send me a message. Whenever I see it, I'll reply. Okay. Now, coming to PK parameters of our aminoglycosides, as I told you, its absorption is not well. Why is it absorption not well? एक particular reason दिया था ना, especially orally. अगर दिया तो क्या होता है ये ड्रग को?
Not absorbed.
क्यों?
Highly
So,
water soluble.
मतलब क्या होता? They get ionized. Yes. If a drug is getting ionized, it will not be able to penetrate through the membranes of your body, and you will not be able to see any effect altogether. It will not enter systemic circulation altogether. Enter भी हो रहा था, बहुत कम amount रहता, सब therapeutic doses में enter होता. So you generally you can instill it into body cavities, या फिर you can give IV. Those are the two things. You can even apply it over large wounds if someone is having large wounds. वहाँ से it will get absorbed rapidly. Right. In any case, if you are giving IM, intramuscular dose of this drug, it will take about 60 minutes to reach peak concentration. Like once you give intramuscular injection of aminoglycosides, within 60 minutes you will see peak concentration inside the blood. Now, coming to adverse effects of this drug, as I was telling you, ototoxicity specifically क्या होता? Ototoxicity क्यों हो रही? यहाँ पर this will highly depend on the dose that you are giving and the duration of treatment altogether. Now, hearing and balance, both of them are affected because of aminoglycosides. Cochlear cells cannot regenerate because of this thing, aminoglycosides. It will cause permanent damage there, and eventually it will cause permanent deafness. Especially auditory nerve will get degenerated. Okay, as auditory nerves is getting regenerated and cochlear cells which are present inside your ear, they get damaged, the patient will undergo permanent, deafness. Uske alawa, elderly people have a high risk of deafness. Sometimes what will happen is vestibular dysfunction भी होता. Vestibule अगर काम नहीं कर रहा है, vestibular dysfunction हो रहा है, the patient will start showing other symptoms as well. So because of vestibular dysfunction, this is all related to ototoxicity. Okay, vestibular dysfunction. This will lead to you'll start seeing symptoms like headache, ठीक है, nausea. अगर बहुत गिडी हो गए तो कैसा आता है, वैसे symptoms of vomiting. Because the patient's balance is off. See, your ear is not just responsible for hearing; it is also responsible for the balance of your body. If it is not being maintained, the patient will have dizziness, sometimes even vertigo. Okay. These are all secondary symptoms that are side effects that are occurring because of the damage created by the drug. Nystagmus. Nystagmus is essentially nystagmus is a condition in which the patient's how should I put it? Pupils are not straight. Essentially, they are. आप अगर देखें तो वीडियो ज्यादा अच्छा रहता. कल मैं आपको वीडियो बता दूं nystagmus का कैसा दिखता. ठीक है, just remind me once how nystagmus looks. I'll show you a video. Essentially, the eyes will be flickering. Okay. They will not be able to maintain eye contact and will not be able to keep their eyes stable. Nystagmus है and ataxia. The patient will not be able to walk properly. They will not be able to coordinate their movements properly. Now, ataxia essentially क्या है? Let us suppose you want to get up, walk to your kitchen and get a glass of water. Okay? You exactly know how much pressure you need to put into your legs to lift your body up. You exactly know to put one step in front of other, how to balance your body and walk up to the, the kitchen, pick a glass of water, fill it and drink that water. Right? So your movements are completely coordinated. Now it has become second nature. You don't even have to do it consciously. Right? Ataxia is a condition in which the patient will not be able to coordinate their movements. So there is a very great risk that they will fall down. Okay, will not be able to maintain balance altogether. Their muscle movements and their their neurons are not in coordination, because of which motor coordination will be lost essentially. Okay. Now, especially ये vestibular dysfunction के जो effects आते हैं, headache, nausea, all of that, these will mainly occur for a long period of time. And even if you stop the drug, let's suppose you stop the drug today, most of these will stop eventually within a few weeks or something. These problems will stop. For ataxia to stop, it will take around 1 to 2 years. Let us suppose someone was on aminoglycosides for a long period of time and they developed ataxia. If you stop aminoglycoside then and there itself, even after that, it will take about 1 to 2 years for them to come back to normal. Okay? Other symptoms will generally subside within 2 weeks. Then we have nephrotoxicity. This is more often in elderly people and people who already have some kidney disease. Okay? What will happen is this drug attains a very high concentration in renal tubules and it can cause tubular damage. Because of now, this tubular damage is reversible to a certain extent. Okay, as tubules will start getting damaged, it will reduce the clearance of the drug because aminoglycosides rely on urine to get excreted. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पर अगर ट्यूब्यूल की डैमेज हो गया, clearance will decrease. So essentially, excretion of the drug is decreasing. Because of which, what will happen is concentration of the drug inside the blood will increase even more. So it's a very vicious cycle. यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है? आप drug दे रहे हैं. Drug is relying on urine for excretion. ठीक है, जो clearance है वो हो रहा है kidney से. Keep that in mind. Once you give the drug, this fellow is causing tubular damage. ठीक है, kidney tubules, renal tubular damage. Because of this, what will happen is clearance will decrease. So essentially, the clearance of the drug that will decrease. It will not be excreted properly. As clearance is decreasing, what will happen? It will start getting accumulated inside the blood. Increased blood concentration. And as blood concentration increases, this fellow can cause ototoxicity. ठीक है, so एक problem की वजह से दूसरा problem भी हो सकता है. I hope you understood this, how nephrotoxicity is eventually leading to ototoxicity as well. Because tubules are getting damaged, the drug is not being cleared. Because it is not being cleared, it is staying inside the blood for a longer period of time. Because it is staying for a longer period of time, there is a higher chance of ototoxicity occurring. There's a higher chance that it will pass through your ear again and again and it will cause damage. Okay. Another problem is that it will cause neuromuscular blockage. Okay. It will block acetylcholine. It will block the release of acetylcholine from motor nerve endings, because of which what will happen is neuromuscular blockage occurs, and that is why ataxia occurs. Essentially, जो आपके peripheral neurons है, I will not get into the details of this because neurology, it depends on how well you remember this thing, pathway of acetylcholine. But acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter that is responsible for movement. ठीक है, motor coordination के लिए बहुत important है. आपके कैसा बोलना, जो न्यूरोमस्कुलर जंक्शन रहता, I'm hoping that you know what is the neuromuscular junction. आप लोगों को पढ़ाया थे चलना वो न्यूरोमस्कुलर जंक्शन, एक न्यूरॉन जहां पर मसल को अटैच होता. Essentially, this neuron is giving signal to this muscle to move, to essentially contract or relax. ठीक है, ये होता neurotransmitter से. The main neurotransmitter that is causing movement or contraction in muscles will be acetylcholine. ठीक है, ये क्या करता है ड्रग जो है aminoglycoside, it will stop this, because of which as well those muscles will not be able to contract, it will not be able to coordinate properly. That is also one reason why ataxia occurs in these people. Now, there are some precautions that you need to keep in mind while using aminoglycosides. One is that do not mix it with other drugs, especially drugs in the same syringe. Okay. Now there will be a few drugs that you can mix in the syringe, but aminoglycoside is not one. दूसरे antibiotics के साथ नहीं मिलाना aminoglycoside को. Avoid other ototoxic drugs. So we already have a very potent ototoxic drugs. Why would you want to increase ototoxicity or the chance of ototoxicity by giving another ototoxic drug? For example, furosemide है या लूप डायरेटिक्स बोलते हैं लोग, फ्यूरोसेमाइड. आप लासिक्स कभी देखे होंगे, ठीक है, फ्यूरोसेमाइड लासिक्स है, या फिर टॉर्सेमाइड, both are the loop diuretics. Minocycline is a antibiotic, ठीक है, it is a tetracycline, next chapter में पढ़ते हैं. वो all these three are highly ototoxic drugs. इसके साथ कंबाइन करें तो इसका इफेक्ट और ज्यादा प्रोनाउंस हो जाता. Avoid with other nephrotoxic drugs. Nephrotoxic drugs like cephalothin. Cephalothin is the first generation cephalosporin, parenteral. Amphotericin B. Amphotericin B is a antifungal, it is technically antibiotic B, the wide coverage. Cisplatin के साथ नहीं देना. Cisplatin is a drug that is given in cancer. Cyclosporin के साथ नहीं देना. Vancomycin के साथ नहीं देना. Cocaine के साथ नहीं देना. AC inhibitors के साथ नहीं देना. ARBs के साथ नहीं देना. Beta blockers के साथ नहीं देना. Okay, these are all nephrotoxic drugs. Okay? Eventually, you'll start learning what are nephrotoxic drugs because you'll keep on seeing them again and again, and you'll start making connections. But essentially, avoid other nephrotoxic drugs along with aminoglycosides, and use them very cautiously in elderly people, especially elderly people who have renal damage or any person who has renal damage, and in combination with muscle relaxant. क्योंकि थोड़े लोगों को muscular spasms हो रहे तो उनको muscle relaxant देते. That muscle relaxant will also essentially, block ACH. There are a few mechanisms how muscle relaxants work. One mechanism is that drug itself will block ACH. अब आप aminoglycoside के साथ muscle relaxant दिए तो almost paralyzed हो जाता है. It will not be paralyzed, but they'll have a lot of weakness. Okay, paresis होता है rather than paralysis. And it is completely contraindicated in pregnancy. Remember, contraindicated in pregnancy. The reason is that it will significantly increase the risk of deafness in children, okay, in the child essentially. The drugs that come in aminoglycosides, I'll show you this. These are aminoglycosides. Yeah, so there are several ways of classifying aminoglycosides. This is based on route of administration. Okay, now be careful of the spellings. Okay, यहाँ पर थोड़े drugs आते, tetracyclines में थोड़े drugs आते, और macrolides में especially थोड़े drugs आते, which will spell almost similar to this. Erythromycin is a drug that will belong to macrolide, मगर spelling बहुत similar रहती है इसके साथ. So be careful of the names. Just memorize 2, 3, 4. More than enough. ठीक है, टॉपिकल में 1-2 याद रखो, सिस्टमिक में 1-2 याद रखो, नॉट द सेम. ओके, एंड जीआईटी में जीआईटी इन्फेक्शन जो abdominal यूज करते हैं उसके लिए 1-2 याद रखो. ऑलराइट, सो these are these drugs. Now streptomycin is one of the safest drugs as such. Streptomycin is used quite a lot, and it is the lowest it is the lowest nephrotoxic drug out of all aminoglycosides. Among all aminoglycosides, that has the lowest nephrotoxicity and spectrum अच्छा ही है. टीबी में यूज कर सकते हैं आप, सबअक्यूट एंडोकार्डाइटिस में यूज कर, सबअक्यूट बैक्टीरियल एंडोकार्डाइटिस में यूज कर सकते हैं, प्लेग में यूज कर सकते हैं, टुलरीमिया में यूज कर सकते हैं. You can use it in brucellosis. Then there is gentamicin. Gentamicin penicillin combination काफी देते हैं. Gentamicin can be used in UTI, uncomplicated UTI. It can be used in pneumonia, osteomyelitis. You can use it in peritonitis, septicemia. अगर meningitis gram negative organism से हो रहा तो उसमें यूज कर सकते हैं. एंडोकार्डाइटिस हो रहा, बैक्टीरियल एंडोकार्डाइटिस हो रहा तो उसमें यूज कर सकते हैं. It will not affect. It will not be as effective in TB though. Okay, it can be used in Pseudomonas, but it will not affect patients who have TB. And one very important point about gentamicin is that it needs renal dose adjustment. Okay, decrease the dose if the patient has renal insufficiency. It is quite nephrotoxic. So आप जब दे रहे हैं तो dose कम करके दो. ठीक है. Then there are few special drugs. Kanamycin can be used for MDR TB, multi-drug resistant TB अगर है तो आप यूज कर सकते हैं. और amikacin जो है that has the widest spectrum amongst the aminoglycosides, widest antibiotic spectrum. The main nursing implications that you have to remember when we talk about aminoglycosides will be that monitor blood levels of aminoglycosides. ये ड्रग को TDM करना पड़ता. ठीक है, if you remember फर्स्ट चैप्टर में अपन TDM के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, थेरेपेटिक ड्रग मॉनिटरिंग. ये ड्रग्स को करना पड़ता. Monitor the renal function of the patient. Along with that, do not mix it with this thing. Specifically, आप जब पेनिसिलिन दे रहे सेम बॉटल में मिक्स मत करो. साथ में दे सकते बट सेम बॉटल में मिक्स मत करो. स्पेशली जेंटामाइसिन, दे विल बी इनकम्पैटिबल. ठीक है, इवन दो सिनर्जी इज देयर, यू कैन गिव देम टुगेदर बट नॉट इन द सेम बॉटल और इन द सेम सिरिंज. ठीक है, अलग अलग सिरिंज में दो. जनरली जेंटामाइसिन इज अनस्टेबल इन सॉल्यूशन, सो यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल ऑफ दैट. ठीक है. These are the main nursing implications, and watch out for renal toxicity and ototoxicity. If the patient is showing any symptom, you immediately stop the drug. Okay. Also, pregnant women may contraindicated. So those are all nursing implications with respect to aminoglycoside. If you have any doubts, if you want me to repeat anything, feel free to ask. If you didn't understand anything, okay. Now we'll move on to tetracyclines. So tetracyclines का जो है, show you the classification first. So this is the classification of tetracyclines. This is based on duration of action. Okay, as I told you long ago, classification can be because of based on several distinct criteria. आप अलग-अलग categories create करके अलग-अलग way से दे सकते हैं drug. अलग-अलग way से classify कर सकते हैं class को और sub class को. Now, what we are discussing from here on out will be broad spectrum antibiotics, especially tetracycline, tigecycline, and there is another drug called chloramphenicol. ये तीनों को broad spectrum antibiotics में classify करते हैं. And in some textbooks you will find them solo. In some textbooks you will find them together in broad spectrum antibiotics, or you might find them in something else as well. आपके syllabus में these are included in broad spectrum antibiotics. So broad spectrum antibiotics will include tetracyclines, chloramphenicol, and tigecycline. Tigecycline is given as a different drug, but it is essentially a part of tetracyclines itself. Like a similar mechanism of action. Now, as you can see, there are different, duration of action. They are short acting, which will act for less than 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours. Then you have intermediate acting, which will act almost up to, it will go slightly above 12 hours. Okay, half-life 12 hours, but it will go for like 14 hours or so. Long acting will stay for a long period of time, almost 1 day. तो उसको OD भी दिए तो चलता. ठीक है, दिन में एक भी दिए तो आराम से चल जाएगा long acting drug. Even intermediate acting in certain scenarios OD भी दिए तो चलता, but generally long acting को ही देते. Okay, so commonly used ones will be this thing oxytetracycline, tetracycline. Tetracycline को resistance develop हो रहा था बोल के fluoro and oxytetracycline develop करे. Demeclocycline को भी use करते हैं. Doxycycline is used very much, okay, quite a lot in hospitals. Minocycline is also used. Tigecycline is used in certain scenarios. If you have certain, how should I put it, methicillin resistant या vancomycin resistant staphylococcus है, MDR enterococci है, उसमें tigecycline use करते हैं. Special scenarios में use करते हैं. Okay. ग्राम पॉजिटिव ग्राम नेगेटिव एनारोब्स जो क्या बोलते हैं टेट्रासाइक्लिन को रेसिस्टेंट है. I'll repeat once again. Any gram positive and gram negative anaerobes which are resistant to tetracyclines can be treated with tetracycline. So that is the use of tetracycline anyway. Now coming to the mechanism of action of tetracycline, see it is very similar to our aminoglycosides. The only difference is that it is reversibly binding to the ribosome. It will prevent protein synthesis but only for a short period of time. ठीक है. यहाँ पर tetracyclines are bacteriostatic. They will only stop the growth. Aminoglycosides were irreversibly binding to ribosomes and they were killing the bacteria, right? यहाँ पर इन्हों क्या करते हैं? Tetracyclines will also go and bind to A site of 30th ribosome, but and essentially they will prevent binding of tRNA. यहाँ पर थोड़ा अलग है. They will prevent binding of tRNA, but essentially what will happen is protein synthesis is prevented till that drug is inside the body and till that drug is able to act on bacteria. As soon as the concentration of the drug decreases below therapeutic level, you will start seeing growth of bacteria again. That is why it is only bacteriostatic and not sided. It will not kill bacteria. It will only stop the growth of bacteria. So mechanism of action अगर आप लिखे तो ऐसा था. It will bind to A site of 30th ribosome. Okay, ribosomal subunit. Then this will essentially prevent binding of tRNA to A site of the ribosome, and as a result what will happen is protein synthesis is inhibited temporarily. Okay, ये irreversibly bind नहीं होता, ये reversibly bind होता. तो जैसा ड्रग निकल गया protein synthesis will be reinitiated. Protein synthesis. This is the mechanism of action. Okay, simple enough. Now we'll discuss the rest of tetracyclines tomorrow. All right. Read aminoglycosides and ask questions tomorrow. Okay.
Sir.